Prince Charles and his son Harry have barely spoken in the past 8 months, with relations between them now at an all-time low, it is claimed. Harry and Meghan left the UK last year after a growing rift with other members of the royal family, and they have been critical of the firm in a bombshell chat with Oprah and other interviews. Now it is claimed Harry's recent comments have left Charles deeply shocked and hurt, and the Prince of Wales is keeping a dignified silence amid fears a public spat could damage his reign. It is alleged the father and son have had only a few fraught conversations on the phone since Harry and Meghan quit their roles as senior royals and moved to Los Angeles in 2020. It was reported at the weekend that Harry met with Mahfouz Murray Mubarak bin Mahfouz in 2013 after the Saudi tycoon gave £50,000 to the prince's charity and hinted he would give millions more. Mahfouz later donated £1.5 million to Charles Prince's foundation and received an honorary CBE months later. The Charity Commission has launched an investigation. Mr. Mahfouz denies that has done anything wrong. Clarence House has previously said Charles had no knowledge of the alleged Cash for Honours scandal. Following the Times report, Harry denied involvement in Cash for Honours claims and said he severed ties with the Saudi billionaire 6 years ago. In 2015, Harry expressed his concerns about Mahfouz, a spokesperson has claimed. A friend of the Prince of Wales told, Charles is deeply shocked and disappointed by Harry's latest statement, which effectively threw his father under the bus. There are fears that this episode with Mahfouz could even be a chapter in Harry's autobiography. This attack was more damaging than the swipe at Charles's parenting skills because this was a challenge to the way he conducts his business, which is far more damaging to the future king. The friend added, these constant barbs about his father from America could be very damaging to his reign. Attempts have been made to clear the air, but they have barely spoken since the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral. Harry claimed in an interview with the actor Dax Shepard that he needed to leave the UK and break the cycle by bringing up his family in a different environment. He also claimed to Oprah in an interview last March that he had since been cut off financially. He received £2 million from Charles in the 2020-21 financial year. Angela Levin, who wrote a recent biography on the Duke of Sussex, told, Harry's relationship with his father is rock bottom, for him, but not for his hugely hurt and loving father. Harry seems to need to endlessly attack his loving father to feel powerful, especially now that Prince Charles no longer feeds him large amounts of money. If he felt so suspicious about Saudi billionaire Mahfouz Murray Mubarak bin Mahfouz, why didn't he return the £50,000 to his African charity Centre Bail and £10,000 to Walking with the Wounded, of which he was patron? At the time he must have had £30 million in the bank that his mother left him. He hasn't given us details when and who he warned about the billionaire's credibility. Nor has he mentioned who he told and when. Nor does he mention the diamond earrings Meghan was gifted from a dubious billionaire Saudi. She added, it's the same old thing from Harry and Meghan. Be compassionate to those you know and don't know, but I am going to attack my family and especially my father. Commentator Richard Fitzwilliam said Harry going public will further fuel speculation about the state of his relations with his father, which appears to be distant. The problems engulfing his charitable foundation and the resignation of Michael Fawcett are embarrassing for Charles. The wording of the Duke's statement, referring to the CBE scandal, will be noted too. What is highlighted by this episode is that what would normally be expected from members of the royal family, close collaboration between father and son when statements are issued when dealing with a highly sensitive matter like this, is conspicuously lacking. He said this bodes ill with Harry's memoir due out next year. Former Liberal Democrat MP Norman Baker, who filed a criminal complaint about the matter 3 months ago, told Mail Online, the tide of sleaze is lapping at Prince Charles' door and his son can see it. Harry is trying to protect himself and is clearly saying to his dad, don't drag me into it. If police speak to Charles he will likely tell them, I knew nothing about it. If that's what he says, then Harry's statement becomes more important and police may then want to speak to him, although that could be more problematic because he lives abroad. Mr. Baker said it would be telling if the Duke of Sussex chose to do so. He added, the police have been reluctant to investigate the royal family. They did it with Andrew and are trying to do the same with Charles. Royal commentator Peter Hunt added, Prince Charles presented Mr. Mahfouz with his CBE in 2016. Did Prince Harry tell him about his concerns in 2015? Just one of the many questions the Metropolitan Police could ask father and son if they choose to investigate.